We hear it all the time, VPN. It is advertised everywhere. These days you can't watch a video without hearing that it has been sponsored by a company providing VPN services. But what exactly is it? Do you really need to pay someone to use VPN? What does it do? And more importantly, what is it not? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It is a pretty generic term for creating an encrypted tunnel between two devices, two locations. If you're in a hotel and make a VPN tunnel to a cloud VPN provider, you are basically putting all your traffic into a more or less secure pipe that comes out at the other end, the server of your cloud VPN provider. Instead of trusting the sketchy guy who built the hotel's network and maybe the guests and other employees of that hotel, you're trusting the sketchy guys who own the VPN company and everyone who works there. While you might be escaping some internet usage restrictions at your location, in terms of security, you are simply moving the point of trust from one entity to another. That's it. There is no magic protection against viruses or other fancy anti-hacker features. A tunnel is just that, a tunnel to somewhere else. So how do they work? There are many different protocols that can accomplish this task. Some are more secure and some are rather obsolete and should not be used as they have known vulnerabilities. Someone with enough motivation could eavesdrop on your communications, see what you're doing online, or they could access the resources you believe to be secure at the other end of the tunnel. So it is a good idea to pick a protocol that is recognized as secure and does not have known vulnerabilities. Now, what about the companies that offer secure VPN? Well, they usually do use protocols that are very secure, but your tunnels are still terminating at their servers. That means they can see your data. You are literally taking your unencrypted communications and handing them over to the VPN provider, trusting not only that they will encrypt them, but also that they will keep your business private once they decrypt them. So how do you know that they are worthy of your trust? You don't. They could be monitoring your every step online and selling that data to the highest bidder. Or they could be compromised themselves. Some hacker group or government agency could have backdoored their servers, watching your every move. Wouldn't it be better to do end-to-end encryption, where you control both ends of your tunnel? That way, you could be truly protected by the protocol that you are using without any middlemen. Of course, this mainly applies if you are looking for security and privacy. Avoiding government censorship and content restrictions won't work if both devices are in the same neighborhood, so to speak. But if you are traveling to a more restricted area and you would like to connect back to your office or back to your home, then end-to-end encryption would be ideal. With MikroTik, you have been able to do that all along. As long as one of your devices has an IP address that can be reached by your other device, you can create your very own encrypted VPN tunnel. There are many protocols to choose from, such as OpenVPN, IPsec, L2TP, SSTP, but most importantly, we have WireGuard. Right now, that is the go-to protocol, because it is very secure and is also very fast. The thing I like about it is that it protects the server. It cleverly uses the UDP protocol together with private key cryptography. That means the server can have an open port for tunnels, and yet nobody can know it is there unless they have the correct key. The server will not respond to any network scans, which is how hackers typically find their targets. The only way that the server will respond is if the client has the correct private key. It is a very good protocol, and it is no wonder that our video about WireGuard is one of our most popular ones. But there is a problem. Public IP version 4 addresses are very limited in number these days. Most people don't have one. Most likely, your ISP is assigning you dynamic IPs, which means they are changing all the time. Or even worse, you are behind a carrier-grade NAT, and in that case, you are sharing the same public IP address with many, possibly even hundreds of people at the same time. Without transitioning to IP version 6 to form a WireGuard tunnel, you still need a public static IP version 4 address on one of your devices. But don't worry, there are more options. For example, if you have a friend that does have a public static IP address and maybe a reliable server, then both of your devices could tunnel to your friend and communicate that way. But that wouldn't be quite end-to-end encryption. Unless your friend was well established in telecommunications, perhaps they would have some tricks up their sleeves that would allow their servers to act as relays, and then you could do end-to-end encryption. I wonder, where could you find such a friend?